Hi, I'm Justine, and you're watching Lab Rats TV.
Well, hey, welcome to another day of the Consumer Electronics Show here in Las Vegas. I'm Andy Walker.
I'm Sean Carruthers.
And you're watching Lab Rats on Location.
I got to say, your voice sounds a little bit better right now.
It's starting to improve. I know. It's, the more this show goes on, normally it's the other way around, right? Normally my voice gets worse as we go, but now it's getting better.
Well, hopefully it won't go downhill again, going closer to the end of the show.
More naps, more NyQuil.
More naps and NyQuil.
Yeah, and maybe some
He's
cocktails later.
a wild man. He's in Vegas and he's napping instead of going out and cavorting really with the wildlife out here.
Can you tell I just turned 40? It's real sad. Grandpa days. All right, well,
to go a bit gray here. So am I.
Okay, forget about my gray hair and my voice and everything like that. We got another amazing day coming up for you with coverage from the show. I don't even know what to touch on. I'm so excited about what's going on this year. So I guess we're just going to have a look at our sponsors. TechSmith, thank you for bringing us down here. And then we'll get on with the show coverage.
Yes, indeed.
All right, well, here we go. One more day of CES.
If a doggy was the new Camtasia Studio 5, it would be the cutest. It would be obedient, and it wouldn't steal Aunt Betsy's purse. The new Camtasia Studio 5. Screencasting software that's better than a doggy. Download it at www.techsmith.com.
Well, we're here at the Sony booth, and part of the excitement here this evening, just after the press conference, is the announcement of an 11-inch Sony OLED television. Now, it's an organic light-emitting diode. It's made of a kind of a plasticky polymer. It's in light emissive. A brand new television, very expensive at about $1,750. That's the $1,750. But it's a beautiful little screen, only 3 millimeters thick. Now, for those of you who aren't metric, that's 3 credit cards thick. And the amazing thing about OLED is that it's light emissive, meaning the light comes out of the material itself. There's no backlight at all. It allows it to be very, very thin. It is also very power efficient, and beyond that, it has what's called a contrast ratio of 1 to 1 million. Now that's amazing. From the darkest pixel to the brightest pixel has 1 million shades. So in the end, you're going to get an amazing picture. When you see this thing, it just looks like looking through a window. So this is the future of television. Now, an 11-inch model is shipping right now in Sony stores worldwide, especially in North America. There's a prototype product, though, a 27-inch OLED screen. No pricing on that yet. Equally beautiful, and I think the future is bright. It's OLED, and it's maybe coming from Sony, which is a surprise because, you know, Sony has sort of been lagging over the most recent years, but now they're taking the lead again in television, and I'm really excited about that. So check it out, OLED, organic light-emitting diode.
I'm here with Brian from Sling Media, who is secretly Canadian. He might not know it, but he is. He's our favorite honorary Canadian anyways. And he's holding Canadian technology in his hands right here. Well, it's a Slingberry now. Tell us about this, Brian.
We're really, really excited about this. This is basically Sling Player Mobile running on the BlackBerry. You know, we support a number of mobile platforms, Windows Mobile, Palm OS, Symbian OS. We're showing this at CES for the first time. It's going to be available later this year. For BlackBerry customers. Right now we're demoing on the 8120 Pearl, but we do anticipate supporting a number of other different devices. But really, you know, we're excited about BlackBerry because this has been one of those platforms that we've been getting a ton of email about, people saying, hey, you know, I want to know when you're going to support the BlackBerry, and here we are.
So just for people who don't actually know where this is streaming from, tell us how we're getting this signal to your BlackBerry.
Yeah, so Sling Player Mobile is driven by the Slingbox. The Slingbox basically connects to your home television source, you know, cable, satellite, you name it, and it's basically uses the internet connection to stream the content to wherever you happen to be. This is coming from California. This is a Slingbox attached to a TiVo, actually, in this case, in California. I have full control over that TiVo. I can change channels. I can record a show. I could watch a recorded show. Anything I can do at home, I can do here, you know, what are we, 600, 700 miles away. But I could be up in Canada doing this. I could be in Asia doing this. I could be anywhere.
Okay, so how much is this, and when can we get our hands on it?
All right, so Slingboxes range from about $179 Canadian to about $250 Canadian, right? You need a Slingbox, that's first thing. Sling Player Mobile costs $34.99, and availability, I got to be a little bit vague. I got to say it's later this year. There's a number of things we're working on, but basically we can't commit to an exact date. If I was a guess, I'd say sooner rather than later, meaning, you know, this side of the year, of the half-year mark versus the other side of the half-year mark. But you know, we're working on this thing and making sure that we're supporting as many devices as possible for the customers.
It's coming. It's coming. Is that the wire? Awesome.
That's the wire.
So every year I come to the Belkin booth because, you know, they always have the weirdest gadgets, and I'm here with Jackie, who is going to show us. You have a kind of a wacky kind of power pluggy thing. What's it called?
Conserve Surge Protector.
Conserve Surge Protector. Okay. What does it do?
So it conserves the amount of electricity that you use. We have a control, and it controls these 6 outlets. So see, as you can see right now, they're on. And then when you hit the switch, these turn off. These 2 remain always on.
Okay, so give me an example. So the 2 that are always on, that would be like what, your like TV?
Yes, your plasma TV, LCD TVs that need to cool down when you shut it off, and your DVRs. If you want to record, you know, you have something on schedule to record, you never want that to shut off. Right. So it'll keep running. And
then down on these guys, which are the optional, the on-off ones, what are you plugging in there, like lamps and stuff?
Yeah, you could be, well, no, not your lamp. The things that have phantom power, and what phantom power is the little light that's still on when you shut it off. So your DVD player has that little light, that little blue light on, maybe your stereo system, things like that.
So stuff that you don't really want to run all the time in that phantom power mode?
Yes.
Okay, that's cool. And how much is this going to cost you?
This is $49.99, and it'll be available in the summer this year.
How many switches?
I'm sorry?
How many switches? Like you?
It gets 1-to-1. But eventually, hopefully, what we want to do is have more switches. So more switches can control the same. You know, one switch can control multiple surge protectors. So you don't have to go into each room and shut everything off. You can say put it by your door or your garage, and when you leave, just shut it off, and it shuts everything off.
Okay, and then the second gadget here, it looks like an octopusy thing. What exactly is this here? Can you hold it up for the camera?
The Belkin Rockstar. It's a multi-headphone splitter, and you can have up to 6 inputs or outputs, any combination that you want. This blue cable is hardwired in, and it comes with this small 3.5 to 3.5. So it's aimed toward the teenagers, Generation Z, if you will, that like to share their music with their friends during school, or they want to come up with their own music mashups and listen to 2 or 3 iPods at the same time.
So Duran Duran playing on one, Britney's playing on the other?
Yeah, and then have a good laugh about how it sounds.
It really is a teenager kind of deal.
It is, it is.
And when's this available and how much?
It'll be available in March and for $19.99.
Thank you so much, that's great. So now we're going to turn the PR person off. Ready? Off!
So you're going to think that I'm into Bluetooth headsets now. This is 2-in-1 show. I'm not a huge fan of Bluetooth headsets typically, but you know what? I've just seen another one that I really, really like. It's the Plantronics Voyager 855. You saw this little dingle fall out of my ear already. It's a stereo Bluetooth headset with this extra wire over here. So it has A2DP stereo profile on it. But you know what? If you don't want this, you can just pull it out the top. It goes away. And now it's just a regular mono headset, so you don't have to have that extra wire dangling if you don't want it. And the thing I like about this especially is to answer the phone, all you have to do is slide that forward and take it. You don't have to press any buttons or do anything like that. And then when you're done, just slide it back in. It's about $130 retail, $150 SRP, so prices will vary, and it should be available fairly soon.
So you may have heard of a new technology called WiMAX, which is basically mobile broadband. I'm here with Lars from, is it BSeam?
BSeam.
And you guys make chipsets that make WiMAX happen, right?
Yes, that's correct, Andy. Thank you very much. So we're building chipsets for mobile WiMAX that will be integrated into a wide variety of handheld devices, phones, media players, gaming devices, and modems as well, USB dongles. And they will power the Sprint network launch in 2008, as we have recently worked with Sprint to meet all their requirements, allowing us to work with many device companies that want to provide end product to Sprint, and allowing Sprint to be able here at the show to look for more partners to build its mobile broadband environment.
This is not cellular technology, this is wireless broadband. Explain what WiMAX is exactly.
That is correct. It is not cellular. It's a high-speed data technology that looks and feels a lot like cellular because it's everywhere you go. It provides the same benefits your cell phone has over your home phone in its being everywhere. But the difference between WiMAX and cellular is the high data rates.
Right. So how fast is it?
Our chipset has achieved peak rates of 33 megabits per second in MIMO mode. I'm sure you heard about MIMO, the multi-antenna technology. Sure. So that is integrated here. We have a turnkey solution that the device makers can integrate very easily. They don't need to understand how wireless works. It all comes ready-made in this little simple setup, and they can then propose new products to Sprint, which is what both companies are here for, Sprint and BC.
But it could also be, so it could be any handheld device, it could be any cell phone, maybe a gaming device that uses wireless gaming, that sort of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. We have over a dozen customers. Some that I can name is Motorola, Samsung, NEC out of Japan, Sanyo out of Japan. Sanyo is building dual-mode handsets, targeting Sprint. We have half a dozen Taiwanese ODMs that are now building blueprints to integrate into many different products. So this is very exciting year for WiMAX.
Yeah, very
2008, very exciting year for us.
There you go, this chip in your mobile device pretty soon, providing wireless broadband at great distances. Forget cellular, WiMAX, here it comes.
John from Seagate is my new master of Black Ops because he's got black armor in his hand. John, tell me what this is.
Well, black armor is all about protection. Protection for you, protection for whatever content you have when you take it with you. We all have stuff we need to protect. Small businesses have stuff that they need to protect by law. Right now on an external storage device, there's no way for them to truly know that it's protected or not. In fact, you can get software encryption, you can encrypt the stuff you put on a drive, you have to do it in an active way. With Black Armor, everything you put on here is encrypted.
So just to be clear, this is a hard drive inside this case, behind the armor.
Drive in this case. Behind the secrets here, behind the screen, if you will, is a true hard drive with full disk encryption on the drive. So everything that you put on the drive is encrypted. If you were to take the disks out of this drive and try and read them, you could not read anything but miscellaneous bits and bytes. It wouldn't add up to anything. There's no file structure that's understandable. So, and all of it's protected using 128-bit AES and a password structure that runs from 6 to 24 characters. We can't protect the user from themselves. The user has to want to protect themselves.
What happens if I, as the user, forget my password? Am I protected against that?
Your protection against forgetting your password is starting over.
So, in other words, no one else can get the data, even if I can't either.
Correct. What I didn't want to have, what we don't want with this product is for there to be a backdoor, because that's the first thing that will get exploited. So if you were to forget your password, the only thing you can do is go back and do what's called a secure erase, which establishes a new encryption key, which means there's nothing on the drive, right? So if you do a secure erase, you wipe out the encryption key, no one can read what's on here.
So how much is it, and when can we get our hands on this?
This will be available late spring, early summer. This is 160 gigabytes. We think it'll start around $149. We'll also then have a 320 that looks like it's going to be in the 229, 249 range.
There you go, Black Ops, take note.
Okay, so, you know, we're walking by this fridge and it's got an iPod attached to it. So we had to stop and find out. We're here with Robert from Whirlpool. So iPod with a fridge, or a fridge with an iPod, what's going on?
It's a fridge with many attachments, many different faces to it.
Okay, so like, show me the different kinds.
Well, the different faces is, you have the iPod up there already on the refrigerator.
Right.
This one is a computer that you can remove off the refrigerator.
So you go, honey, where's my computer? It's on the fridge.
It's on the fridge. But better is the software that comes with it.
Yeah.
The software is, honey, where's the shopping list? Or honey, when's the doctor's appointment?
Right.
And you can do all of that on the fridge.
Whoa.
And then take that with you.
Yeah.
Pop it off and take it with you.
Put it in your pocket, in your purse.
Exactly.
Right.
Or if you forget it and you're at the grocery store,
yeah,
you can call it and you'll get your shopping list read to you.
Do you get the fridge to call the computer?
No.
Okay. So that's the next year, you know.
That's the next model.
Okay, so what else?
The other devices, a digital picture frame.
Very good.
So that you can put the pictures from grandmother. You can upload them without Grammy having to touch it at all.
Really?
Have all the photographs.
Remotely, like from the internet?
Using the internet. So built-in Wi-Fi module. So you can upload, or you can go inside and upload with USB port, USB keys or SD cards, upload your photographs.
So, okay, so Grammy buys a Whirlpool fridge
Right.
with this attachment.
Buys this module.
Buys this module. You hook her up to the internet.
Right.
And then you go to your house.
And you go back home and you pay. There's a service fee for it, and then you can send pictures of the kids to Grammy, who lives 3,000 miles away, and just keep updating them for her as you see fit.
Oh my God! You know, it's the Jetsons there. It really is. This is great. And okay, what else?
And then the other one is a whiteboard. Is a nice, clean, simple whiteboard that has a pull-out sleeve that you can put different calendars in there, just different backgrounds to it. Nice, simple, clean little unit. Just put notes on the fridge.
All right, because of course I guess the magnets don't attach to it anymore, right? The aluminum, it drives me crazy. I got one of these things.
Stainless steel, yeah.
It drives me crazy.
Yeah, no.
Oh, well. So, we going to come up with a magnet attachment?
No.
No.
No. That's what we're trying to get rid of. We're trying to get rid of the sticky notes and all the magnets. We're trying to make it digital now.
Now, is the fridge, does it chill food?
It actually makes ice too. It does. Right below. So as you're surfing the web and you're seeing how bad beer is for you, you could be putting, you could be making yourself a cocktail instead of beer.
And this is a product I can get used to.
You see? And you can do a calorie count right on the fridge. It's a beautiful thing.
That's not so good.
Yeah, that's not good thing. Yeah.
But you can order margarita mix directly on your fridge with your computer. You can listen to music, and you can make ice too. Robert from Whirlpool, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Nice to meet you.
Take care.
All right.
So you might think I'm completely wacky. I've got another Bluetooth headset right here. This is the Jawbone. Not new, but my friend Michael here from Jawbone has an offer for you that you can't refuse.
So anybody here at CES right now, they have a Motorola headset, a Jabra headset, no matter what our competitor is. You can come up, we will exchange it. We'll give you a brand new Jawbone, fully charged, ready to go, to put on your ear, to walk out and have flawless conversations no matter where you go.
You're saying my crappy old Soviet-era Bluetooth headset that is the size of a hockey helmet, I can give that to you and you're going to give me one of these?
No matter what headset, whether it's $10, $20, or $100, or from 1970, we will exchange for you and give you a Jawbone.
And for people who aren't here at CES, how much will one of these run?
They run for $119. They're on jawbone.com. They're sold at the Apple Store, Best Buy, AT&T, and all over.
Everywhere. Check it out.
So I'm walking by, I'm looking for a drink, and come across Extreme Mac. And they hit my sweet spot. This is a story about HDMI cables and why they cost $1 billion. So I'm here with Chris, who tells me, you're going to tell me the inside story on HDMI cables and should they be $100 a pop? Should they?
No, not at all. There's no reason for it whatsoever. Really what it comes down to is the fact that in the past, when a company was selling you an audio and video cable separately, they were cutting their market in half if they were selling you an HDMI cable that was just all in one. So they doubled the price. So you were paying that much for that cable. Same quality cable is able to be manufactured much more affordably.
So it would be reasonable for me to write on my forehead chump if I went out and spent $100 on an HDMI cable.
You'd have to write it backwards so you could read it in the mirror, but still that would work.
So now you guys make HDMI cables, and how much are they?
$19.95 US.
$19.95 US. Well, there you go. So that is the real price, right? And must be a healthy margin in there for you guys to make a profit.
Oh, absolutely. It's affordable, and it's the same quality as the other cables, and we make a great margin on them. We also do an HDMI switcher. As folks begin to switch over into HD-ready sets right now, they've discovered their sets don't have enough HDMI ports. So if you have a home theater system, a gaming system, an Apple TV, you run out of ports on your TV. We make a 4-port HDMI switcher, $99.95.
Can you grab it for me and let's have a look at it?
By all means.
Let's give it too sexy while here we go. Okay, so how does this work then?
This is actually a 4-port switcher. You'll see 4 different sources on the front, and on the rear of the device, you'll see 4 separate HDMI ports. So you can plug in your multiple components, use just one output to the TV set, and be able to use the included remote to switch sources, or use your universal remote in your living room to be able to switch sources as well.
So you buy 4 HDMI cables, $20 a pop. One of these, which is $29.99.
$99.95 for the switcher. That's right.
So for around $100, for the price of pretty much a monster cable, you're getting 4 plus a switcher.
Absolutely, and all of your components sit comfortably in your living room and fit into the back of your HD set.
There you go. The real story about HDMI cables and their prices here at CES in Las Vegas.
Well, we don't have 2 turntables and a microphone. We got the microphone, and we've got 2 virtual turntables here. Ola from Tonium has the pacemaker here. So tell us about how this works.
Well, basically, it's a full-scale professional DJ system and the size of a peanut butter jelly sandwich. It's 2 turntables and a mixer all packed into this little beautiful device here.
So you basically put your music from your computer onto this and then you can mix on this?
Yeah, it's got 120 gigabytes. So, I mean, I don't know how much music you got, but it's enough for me to push all my tracks on there.
Yeah, probably about 600 gigabytes, but that's another story.
Right. And I'll put all my latest tracks on there. And just anywhere, anytime, have fun with it, mix, play live, by myself on the bus or on the plane, like a PlayStation behavior for music. It's like engaging with your music rather than just sitting back reactively listening.
Okay, so you have to give us a quick demo of this. How can you do mixing with this tiny little device?
Well, let me pump up the volume here. And basically what I'm doing now is in channel 1 right now. This is crossfade. I go to channel 2. We hear nothing, right? So that's channel 1. I'll go over to channel 2, which is equivalent of going to a CD player 2 or vinyl 2, and access the database on that. Upload a track there, and I'll preview that.
Got the earphone to his ear right now, and he's listening to that privately, so we're not hearing it.
You're not hearing it, no. I'm listening and I'm previewing. And I'm adjusting the bass. I'm gaining it up a little bit. Now I'm checking so the both tracks are in sync. I'm pushing one track, and there goes the battery. Sorry.
It's the end of the night, folks, but we get the idea. A lot of it happens, just like with the true DJ station, inside the earphones, not in the speakers.
No, that's what happens. We're right now doing this. What you see here is an EP2 prototype, which is hardware-wise, one spin from final product, which comes out end of February. So it's basically final product from a hardware perspective. Software, embedded software, dropping that every week now. So that's updated all the time. And it's built on Linux, so it will enable people to develop their own filters, add effects, and so on.
And how much are we going to have to drop on these two virtual turntables?
Around $700.
A bit expensive, but you know what? Considering it's all, as you said, in the space of a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, not too bad.
Compare that price to one CDJ, for example, which is like 3 times that price. We're not comparing it to professional products. It's there for everyone. We're really trying to enable anyone to buy it. But we're a small company. We don't have any purchasing power. I don't even want to tell you the margins. You'll be laughing. So we're really trying to enable anyone to get in there and have fun.
Thanks a lot, Ola.
Well, in case you're wondering, we're hanging out here at the Venetian Hotel here on the Strip.
I thought it was the Venetian.
Venetian, yeah.
I went inside earlier and I got myself a cappuccino.
It's very nice. Your Italian is getting better by the minute.
Oh, yeah.
This is a replica of, I guess it's a Venetian palace, of an Italian palace here, so it's one of the more beautiful hotels on the Strip here in Las Vegas.
And it's huge. All of this stuff is huge. I'm always surprised when I see these, just how big they are. Just down the street over there, there's the Paris.
Yeah.
And my old editor, David, told me once that he's actually surprised that the Eiffel Tower in front of them is 1/3 the size instead of 3 times the size, because everything here is so
it's so big. Yeah, I know. It's like, you know, we're all tired from walking, right? Because you go, let's go over there. It's only about a 5-minute walk. No way, it's like a 20-minute walk.
Yeah, I mean this one across the street, it's it looks like it's just a minute walk away, but that's 10 minutes.
That's a long way away. Anyway, that wraps up another day of coverage here at the Consumer Electronics Show with your favorite video podcast, Lab Rats. Any final words, Mr. Carruthers, before we say goodbye?
Well, you know, we've got more coverage coming up, so stay tuned. It's an interesting show. We're obviously focusing a little bit on some of the more niche areas this time around, as opposed to just the whole sprawl of it. It's just so huge. You know, every year it seems to get even bigger, and you can't cover all of that. So we're looking at a couple of these other areas. We'll give you some more of those tomorrow, and a bit more fun.
Okay, awesome.
Yes.
As always, we'd like to hear back from you. I know you guys like the location stuff, so send your feedback to
feedback@labrats.tv.
I thank you so much for downloading today. My name is Andy Walker.
And I'm Sean Carruthers.
And we will see you next time.
Are you ready?
Mic technique.
A little comedy. Yeah. The writers are on strike, too.
See, it just writes itself.
Excellent.
Try this at home.
This could be a blooper.
Yes, probably is a blooper.
Probably is a blooper. Are we rolling? Ringer. We roll now.